Since the release of the Arms Deal update, the CSGO player base really started to grow. There is just something about opening cases in order to have a chance on a beautiful skin that people cannot resist. To open a case, you will need to buy a key, which costs €2.30, and if you see videos of people opening cases, you just know there is a huge chance that person is losing a lot of money. And because the CSGO community is so interested by these cases, and because I like calculating, I decided to research all these 15 cases currently available to give an answer on the question which case has the highest chance on profit. To compare all these cases, I calculated the expected profit of every single case. In order to do this, I had to know the drop chances of every weapon quality and of every weapon rarity. I looked at a couple of case studies and analysis from other people who researched the drop chances, and all these people almost had the same results. All the links to the documents I used are in the description. The chances they came out are on screen right now. All my work is based on those results. For example, there is a 15% chance of getting a restricted drop from a case and 25% chance of getting a field tested weapon. I put all this info in an Excel document in which I started to calculate. I started by calculating the average price of every rarity in every case. CSGO Stash helped me with this, and to calculate the expected profit of every case, I needed to calculate the average price of a specific skin first. This took a lot of time because I needed to multiply the price of every condition that weapon could be in with the chance of it dropping in that condition. For example, a field tested skin costs €1 and I needed to multiply that with the chance of a field tested skin dropping, which is 25%. Then I added all these prices of the quality together, and so I had an average price of one skin. Then I added like all the weapon prices of these specific skins of the same rarity together and divided that by the amount of skins available in that rarity. So now I had the average weapon price of that rarity. For example, the average price of the classified rarity in the Chroma 2 case is €4.30. I would then multiply this by the drop chance of a classified skin, which is 3%. I repeated the same process for every other rarity, and from all these values I once again took the average to calculate the expected value. I had to subtract this value with the cost of the key and the case to calculate the expected profit of every case if you were to buy also the case from the market. So now that the calculation was done, I could now compare the expected profit of every case to see which case is the best, and this led to some interesting results. Before I start with the conclusions, I gotta say that I didn't include the expected value of a knife in the expected profits because it's nearly impossible to calculate the average knife price, and because it won't really affect the results because the average knife price you can get is almost the same for every case. So first off, I gotta say that to make money, I wouldn't recommend opening cases because the expected profit of every single case is below zero. So you are expected to lose money on every single case opening, which is normal because else Valve wouldn't be making any money, right? But Pookie, which is the best? By opening which case I can lose the least amount of money? There are basically two answers to that question, and it all depends on whether you include the price of the case or not. If you were to buy the case from the market and so include the case in the cost, the best case to open would be the weapon case 2, with an expected value of minus 75 cents. This is rather surprising because this case doesn't really drop very expensive skins, but it also doesn't really drop cheap skins, and also the case isn't so expensive, only 25 cents at the moment I think. So if you were to open a case and don't know which case you needed to buy off the market, and the only thing you cared about is losing at the least amount of money, you would have to buy the weapon case too. And the other winner of the best case to open is when you don't include the case price. So if you would, for example, get this case as a drop or a gift, and that's the Operation Bravo case, which on average only makes you lose 37 cents, which is extremely low. However, on the market a case costs you 7 euros and it's still rising in price every day. 7 euros is extremely high for a case. And so if you were to include the case price with the Operation Bravo case, you would have an expected profit of minus 6 euros 80 cents. So with every case you open, you are expected to lose around 7 euros, which is just insane. Because you're almost always gonna lose money opening cases, in my opinion, you can then better open a case with some skins you like. And if I were to choose my favorite case, I would choose the weapon case 1, from which I could get the Op Lightning Strike, and I seem to be the only one who really lost that skin, and the AK Case Hardened, Deagle Hypnotic and the Glock Dragon Tattoo. So this was the video. If you want to compare all the cases yourself, my Excel file is in the description, on which I did all the calculations, and you can even change a bit, add some more values. If a new case comes out, you can add that case to the file, etc. And I gotta say that I've never spent so much time making a video, because it literally took me hours and hours to calculate all these prices, but I gotta say it's worth it. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, maybe subscribe, because I also got a similar video coming up about trade-up contracts. So this is Pookie and I see you guys later.